Hey guys, Dee Dee here. I'm gonna be drawing a picture of one of my OCs while just talking about things that kind of bug me about, like people's theories and stuff, common flaws, and probably some other random stuff too. If you don't want to hear about that and just want to see me draw a picture, then feel free to just mute. I'll only be talking occasionally, I think. Not really sure, this is unscripted. So a common thing I see when people are like talking about like their fan theories, especially when it's stuff about corrupted gems, for some reason everyone just thinks for some reason everyone draws this conclusion that being cracked and being corrupted is the same. But like, have you ever seen a corrupted gem that was visibly cracked? Because I don't think I have. These ears are too big. It's like, like, the only times we've seen cracked gems, neither of them seemed particularly corrupted. Like, one of them, Amethyst, she was just basically having a whole lot of trouble doing anything. And the other time, Lapis, she just wasn't able to use certain powers, though it was kind of weird that they brought up the whole corrupted gem thing with her when she was clearly not corrupted. But like, we've seen so many corrupted gems, and we've seen their gemstones often in detail, and none of them have any sign of damage like that. So it's like really weird that people are like basically trying to say that being cracked and being corrupted are the same thing, but being cracked is a physical injury while being corrupted is clearly something mental, because a sane gem probably wouldn't act like that. Another thing like I see commonly is people like thinking that corruption is spontaneous or something, or that corruption can happen from something as small as a fight with a friend. Like, a gem's gotta have a lot of serious issues going on to be corrupted by a fight with a friend. Because, like, how does fighting with your friend make you transform into some 52-legged bug monster? That just doesn't make any sense. And like, but like, people just do that, and that's what they have their corrupted gems be like when they make their OCs corrupt. When more realistically, corruption would likely be caused by something a lot more drastic. Like, we don't even know how corruption happens in the show, though my best guess is that it's either the bright flash that happened in that we saw in Same Old World in that flashback with Lapis, or it's like some sort of gem PTSD that like went untreated. But like, we really don't know at this like right now. We really don't know. But I'd say that cracking is definitely not the root cause. Though I imagine the pain that comes from being cracked might have an impact and might make it happen more quickly, or change the way it happens, or make it more likely to happen. like, it's really weird that people came to that conclusion. Really, the closest thing we've seen to corruption happening was in the episode Reformed, when Amethyst ended up basically becoming like a monster, sort of, though she recovered in the end. But like, she wasn't cracked at the time or anything. It was just, it was actually like, seems to just be her identity issues more than anything else. I know I said that this would be like a things that bother me video, but I'm just gonna say some random things as well. I think I also said that, but I have terrible memory, so I'm not sure. Something I've noticed is that, like, Steven was created by Rose, Lion was created by Rose, and the thing that they have in common is that they're both male. I wonder if all of Rose's creations are just male, and that's the thing about things made by Rose. Obviously, there's no way to tell with the plants she created, since most plants don't have biological sex, but... Hmm. This leg is awful. Like, the other day, someone actually got mad at me for bringing up the fact that Rose's creations seem to tend to be male, because, like, they were basically insisting that they already knew the gender of bismuth, as in the thing in Lion's Mane, and I was pointing out that that we don't actually know what that is yet, and that there was a chance that it could be created by Rose, and you can't really assume the gender of someone you don't know, because that's actually pretty rude if you don't know them and you don't find out their gender and then you assume that you know it. Like, it's kind of really weird what they were doing there. Surprisingly enough, though, when I brought up once I had managed to explain myself, they seemed to calm down a bit about it and were actually kind of open to the theory that bismuth might possibly be male or male-like, just because of the connection to Rose and the fact that literally everything Rose makes is male. For some reason, like, a lot of Gemsonas I see don't really have any powers beyond weapon summoning and other standard gem abilities, or some of them can, like, control plants or whatever. But, like, gems in the show have all kinds of different crazy abilities, like Centipedal, for example, and also that crab monster in Rising Tides Crashing Skies could make little baby versions of themselves. Imagine a non-corrupted gem doing that. I think I actually drew a picture of that and posted it on my Tumblr. And a lot of people liked it. But I didn't really see very many people talking about, like, what it might possibly what it might possibly mean for their characters, what or what it would be like if a character in the show did that or anything. I didn't see anything like that in the tags or in the comments. Sure makes me wonder about that. It still makes, like, I think there was a member of the Crewniverse who said something about gems not being babies, but then that happens. You know, they make little baby versions of themselves. I wonder how they do that. Do they, like, give birth to them or summon them from their gemstones like a weapon or what? Yeah, there are, like, a whole bunch of really cool abilities that gems in the show have, and everyone's gem sonas only have like one or two. I at least try to give my gems like a whole bunch of powers. Like the one I'm drawing right now is my corrupted gem sona Gomedha, and she has like all these different abilities. Like she's got extreme adaptability, and she can like generate electricity to electrocute people and stuff, and like she can drop her tail and it will linger and it will distract an opponent or like whatever's chasing her, and so that she can get away and not be killed by them. And like she's got and like she's got that thing where she can create little baby duplicate versions of herself as well, though I haven't really talked about that much because I'm still waiting on answers on how it actually happens in the show, like how they make those. Heck, I'm gonna draw one of the little baby duplicates right now, right next to her. It's gonna be a little Gomedha kitten. Little kitten that goes like a real kitten. And it doesn't have a mane because, like, Centipedal's babies didn't have manes. I'm just imagining, like, Gomedha lives with one of my other gem characters, Pyrite, and I'm just imagining one day Pyrite comes home, sits down at the computer to do whatever, and then one of these things walks across her keyboard, and then she just picks it up and is all like, Gomedha, what is this? And then Gomedha just comes in, takes it from her and walks away without saying a word because, well, mostly because Gomedha can't talk. I imagine Gomedha doing that though, like having these tiny little things. She probably wouldn't just do it randomly. It would probably be like to fight off a monster or something. And they'd have like different marking patterns, like this little guy's got stripes. Something I've noticed is that like a lot of times people's corrupted gem OCs are just animals. Like that's just how they look. They're just animals, nothing else. Or sometimes mythical creatures, but like gems in the show take on all kinds of different crazy forms. Of course, here I am drawing my corrupted Gemsona, who is an animal thing, specifically what the crystal gems would probably call a Lizlet, because she's like, no, not Lizlet, Lizret, because she's like lizard ferret, and that's just how they name the monsters they run into. Like centipedal for centipede beetle, that sort of thing. But like corrupted gems can take on a lot of forms that are not just animals, and nobody seems to like really do that with their gems. And I think it's a lot of like there's a whole lot of potential there that they're really missing. So whenever like the crew or someone points out how bad the Steven Universe fandom is, the bad part of the fandom, like the people they're usually referring to, like the people who basically caused the Zammy incident, all the anti-shippers and stuff, they come in thinking that the crew's talking about the people that they are bullying. Like, no, why would you think that? And it's like really awful actually, and those people really need to stop. Just completely stop. Get off the internet. Go outside. Do something other than be like nasty like they're being. And like crew has literally told them to do that, but then they insist that but then they like think or insist that the crew's talking about the people that they're being mean to, like, or when the Stevie Dot thing happened, like, the Matt Burnett was all like, "Hey, stop using my tweets to bully people, you morons! Everyone in my notifications, go outside now," and all that. And everyone automatically assumed that he was talking about the Stevie Dot shippers, but but Stevie Dot shippers weren't using his words against anyone. It was people using his previous tweets against the Stevie Dot shippers, and like that was really, really not good. Like, I would point out the tweet where he says not to use his tweets to bully people, and people who are actively bullying the shippers right at that moment, that being the reason why I'm talking to them and telling them about it, they'll be like, "Oh, he was talking about the shippers who were using all his tweets to go against the antis." And like, dude, you are literally using his another one of his tweets right now to bully shippers. Like, you are literally the person he was talking about. But no, there's no way an anti could be bad. Seriously, what is wrong with you people? You you're like probably the reason why the crew has alienated themselves so much from the fandom, because they're like having to deal with people like you doing things like that, using their tweets as weapons right after using all their tweets as weapons right after accusing them of nasty things like making child porn or whatever. Like, why are you using their word in your fandom wars if you think they're pedophiles or something? Like, like that doesn't even make any sense. Anyway, overall, this fandom really, really needs to stop. Like, they're just... How can a show about love and tolerance attract such awful people to it? Like, I mean, I know that is this thing about how, like, really nasty things tend to have really nice fandoms, and how really nice things tend to have bad fandoms. That's just how it is. Though I'm like, Steven Universe fandom is like so bad that like there's got to be something else going on too. Other progressive shows don't usually have fandoms that get quite like that. I mean, I guess there was like a thing that happened in Wander Over Yonder fandom not too long ago, but like that's literally it, I think. Like people are probably gonna say that, you know, people in the Wander Over Yonder fandom actually succeeded in making someone commit suicide, but it was literally a one-time only thing. Steven Universe fandom has like it almost drives people to suicide almost constantly. So just because one fandom like such thing actually ended up going for actually ended up happening like that doesn't mean that they're worse. It just means that the person who was a target happened to not be able to handle it quite as well. Oh, this ugly ring. Why is this like this? Just erase a little bit. And then just a little bit. Not sure if I really have much else to say. I accidentally did like a hyper detailed sketch of this because of me talking though, which I guess is, well, it's not something I've ever done before. It's not really a hyper detailed sketch, but like it's like a black and white painting almost, using nothing but the pencil tool, and also very, very blotchy. There's this little guy who's like just a stripy kitten. Anyway, not really sure what else to say right now. So, I guess that's the end of my video for now. Might make another video, like, follow up if anyone, like, has something they want to say or something. But, yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.